Hello, 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 and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing wonderfully, 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 wonderfully. Today's video is going to be soft-spoken, obviously. I think I'll probably put that in the title too, but we're going to do a new car tour. I got another new car, and that's not like a flex. Like, it's actually costing us a ton of money, unwillingly, to be honest. But we're gonna get into the full story. So yeah, let's just sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, relax, 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 and enjoy this video. I just left the doctor. I heard the baby. I heard his heartbeat. I hear it every time I go, but I just love hearing it. Like, it's the most beautiful sound. My mom went with me today because my boyfriend had to work, and I don't like going to my appointments alone. I don't like going anywhere alone, to be honest. Well, I do like having alone time, but if someone's gonna go with me, I would prefer it. I stopped and got my first pumpkin spice latte. I think they came out yesterday. This is obviously decaf. You can have caffeine when you're pregnant, but I've been really cognizant of how much I'm consuming, so I will always opt for decaf every time I can. So I don't know if it'll focus, but I guess not. Is it focusing? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so decaf. I thought I ordered a grande, but then they gave me a venti, so I am not complaining. Well, to be honest, I probably won't drink the whole thing, but I picked this up, and I also got the sausage and cheddar breakfast sandwich, and also the apple croissant. I already ate the apple croissant, but I'll have the sandwich probably later. The breakfast sandwich from Starbucks has gotten me through my entire pregnancy so far. Like, when I was super sick, that was the only thing that I wanted that I could keep down. But anyways, let's get into the video. I know you're probably wondering, if you've been on this channel, you know that I just got a new car in December, and it's August. It's the end of August right now. It's about to be September. So I didn't even have that car for a year, but let me explain. So if you watched that video, I talked about how I had the 2022 Hyundai Sonata, and I loved that car, but we were obviously trying to get pregnant. I'm pregnant now, so it worked, but we were trying to get pregnant back then, and I felt like I needed like an SUV type car to be able to have a baby, which is crazy. I know plenty of people have cars, like sedans, and have children, and they're perfectly fine, and I know that, but in my head I was like, I need an SUV. The other thing that with that car that I was like, oh, it's not gonna work, is I needed something that was like 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, because the Sonata was only front wheel, I think, and that was just not gonna work because I live in Nevada and our winters are terrible. So I just knew I wasn't gonna feel comfortable. Like, I loved the Sonata, and obviously I had it for a long time. I had it for like 2 or 3 years, but not having children, I chose to not drive in nasty weather. Having a baby, like, I can't control, like, what if I had to leave, and like, what if it was a snowstorm? Like, oh sorry, my phone just vibrated, but I was like, what if I had to leave, like, and I didn't have a choice? Like, I wanted to be able to drive a car that I felt safe in with a baby. So I know a lot of people say that front wheel drive cars are essentially like the same as 4-wheel drive cars, but in my head it doesn't compute. Like, I need something that is actually 4-wheel drive. So also, I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. If you watched my vlog channel, you cannot answer. But try to guess what car this is before I tell you, just based off what you can tell. A lot of you guessed Chevy for my last car before I said it, because you could tell by the steering wheel. But yeah, try to guess what this car is before I announce. But anyways, so yeah, so to wrap up on the Hyundai, I ended up getting Trailblazer because I don't even know if I mentioned that, but I traded in my Hyundai for a 2021 Chevy Trailblazer RS, which I really liked. But while I had it, I need to move a little bit. While I was having it, I just felt like it was too small. Like, it was not gonna work with our family. One of the main reasons I found that out was because Jackie, which you guys know if you're on my blog channel, she has 2 kids. She's my best friend, by the way, just to clear up. She has 2 kids. She has a 7, I think she's like 6 or 7, and then she, like, a 7-year-old girl, and then she has a 1-year-old daughter. And every time we would go somewhere, we would take my car, and oh, the baby's kicking. It was just, that car was just not big enough for, oh my gosh, she's kicking so much. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. But that car was not big enough for like me and Jackie, and then both her kids, and then also a stroller in the back seat. I just was realizing, the baby, the car is also like settling, and now I got a text. I was realizing that like that car was not big enough. The car seats were like basically touching in the back seat, and then the stroller, I don't know what kind of stroller Jackie has, but I think it's like a standard one. Like, I've seen strollers and it looks like the kind of stroller that I've seen like other moms use. It was like the whole back seat, or the whole trunk area. So I was like, this is not gonna work. Like, I need a bigger car. So plus we have a dog, so like we don't have 2 kids, but like we have a big dog. We're gonna have a baby. There's 2 of us. Like, so I was like, I need a bigger car. And like, God forbid, like, what happens when we have another child? Like, plus our dog, like, it's not gonna work. So, and I was also thinking about like, what's gonna happen when my baby is born and we have my baby, and then both of Jackie's kids. Like, wasn't working for me. So I was like, I need a bigger car. So I like wasn't like actively looking for a new car, because I had just gotten the Trailblazer. We're having a baby. Like, buying a new car is very expensive. So I was like, I don't need a new car right now, but like something to think about. So then it was like I've had this car for like 2 weeks now, almost 3, I think. So 3 weeks ago, my dad, he came over to help me with something on the nursery, because like my boyfriend works a ton, so like he's constantly working, so little things around the house I try to ask my dad to help with, because like my boyfriend works like damn near 7 days a week, like 16, 17, sometimes 20-hour days. So he works a ton. So I try to like have my dad help where he can to like take things off my family. So I try to ask my dad to help as much as I can to like take it off my boyfriend, and my dad's happy to do it. So anyways, my dad came over and we were talking, and we took this car somewhere, or not this car, sorry, we took the Trailblazer somewhere, and he randomly was like, I don't think this car is good for you. Like, you need something bigger, you need something safer. Like, I don't think this car is it. And I was like, that's crazy that you said that, because like I never felt unsafe in the Trailblazer, but I did just feel like it was too small. Like, I felt like I was like in a roller skate, which I know is weird because it's an SUV. It was a compact SUV, but still, you know. Anyways, I was like, that's weird you say that, because like I've been pondering with the idea of like getting a new car. And he was like, okay, well, like, what would you want to get? And I told him, and he was like, well, let's look. So he goes online and he was like, there's one, you know, at this dealership that I love. And I was like, no way. Like, no, they don't have that. And he was like, yeah, they do have it. And I was like, so I was like, okay, let's just go test drive it. So we drove in the Trailblazer all the way to the dealership to test drive this car, because this is the car that I have wanted from before. So I'll talk about that in a second. But obviously during the test drive, I was like, so that dealership that we go to, it's the same dealership I got the Trailblazer from. So you probably have already heard me say this, but that dealership lets you do your test drives by yourself. Like, they don't go with you, which I love, because I feel like then I get so nervous with someone, like a salesman in the car with me. Like, it makes me so nervous. So the test drive was just me and my dad, and he was like, yeah, it feels sturdy, it feels solid, like, and I was like, should we just put the car seat in the back? Like, so my dad was like, okay, not that my dad, like, makes my decisions for me, but, like, obviously his opinion means a lot to me, so he was like, okay, I do like this car, like, so anyways, so back to when I was trying to find something to replace the Sonata, I went, and I talked about this in my last video, I'm pretty sure, about the Trailblazer. I went to a dealership. So the car that I wanted, okay, so I'll tell you now. This car is a 2024 GMC Terrain AT4. So, and this is the car that I wanted before I got the Trailblazer. So let me explain. I Googled, or I knew I wanted this car for like that whole time, and a dealership had it, and this was back then in December. Well, actually it was the last day of November, and it was like 7 p.m. and this dealership was like an hour from me, so I inquired online about it, and I said I was interested or whatever. And then they called me that night, and they were like, okay, well, do you want to come test drive it and like do all the stuff? And I was like, at this time of night? And she was like, yeah, we close at 9. And I was like, okay, well, I live like an hour away. And she was like, that's fine. And I was like, okay. So I drove all the way to the dealership, test drove it. So it was this same car. I don't remember the year of that one, but it was this same car, but a different color. And I loved it. So I was like, yeah, I want to get it. And again, I'm sorry if I already talked about this in my other video, but I shook their hand, they gave me the key, I cleaned out the Sonata, like, I was buying that car. And then all of a sudden, he was like, so it was like, at this point, it was like 10 p.m. on a Saturday night, and he was like, yeah, the loan, like, I can't, like, no one was approving it because it was like after hours and a weekend, I guess, or something. And I was like, okay. And he was like, so you can just take the car with you, and then I'll try again on Monday morning. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that, because, like, God forbid, like, what if the loan, like, doesn't get approved or something? Like, now I've had this car, you've had my Sonata all weekend, like, I don't want to do that. And so then he kind of, like, low-key, like, threatened me, and he was like, well, if you don't take it, like, we can sell this car out from underneath you. And I was like, so do it. Like, I'm not gonna be pressured in. Like, he was like your typical, like, skeezy salesman. So anyways, long story short, I did not end up getting it, and I ended up getting the Trailblazer. So when I told my dad just 2 weeks ago that this was the car that I wanted, and then the other dealership had one, he was like, let's go right now. So yeah, I got a 2024 GMC Terrain AT4, and I bought it used. This is not a brand new car. Like, it's new to me, but it has miles on it. So let me show you the car. I'm literally obsessed with this car. I love it so much, but let me show you. Oh, don't mind my legs, you guys. I'm too pregnant to sit like a lady. But this is the steering wheel. So I have, I think this is cruise control, heated steering wheel. This is like on cruise control, the like distance between your cars, I think, like before it all, because it's like the adaptive cruise control. And then obviously GMC, speedometer, normal stuff, gas, I don't know what that one is, something about the sailboat. And then I have this is like for the menu, and I think the menu, and then hanging up a phone call. This is for answering a phone call or talking to Siri. On the back of the steering wheel is like for the volume and the to change the song. Over here, you can like set your seat preferences. I haven't done that yet because I don't know how to do it. All of the lock, like window information. The one thing I really like about this car is it has a lot of storage. So like there's like a little compartment here, a little compartment here, and then at night these are like lit up. The lock. Also, I'm really out of breath, so I'm sorry. Down here is, I think that's like the headlight stuff. And then over here is the screen. So we have screen, volume, like the home button, back button, hazard. It does have this, like the automatic stop thing, and I hate that in cars. Like that's where the car turns off when you stop. I have it off, I think. I don't know, but I hate it. Here's the brindle. So park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low. I love this. I know I said in the Trailblazer I liked how it had like the actual gear shifter, but the Hyundai had buttons like this and I love it. I'm obsessed with it. My latte, my water. This is seat warmers and the 4-wheel drive option, I think. Lane assist, I don't know what that is. Also, there's like crumbs, so I'm sorry. Center console. My phone, purse, Starbucks stuff. Down there is a wedding dress that got delivered to my mom's house by accident, and some Christian books that I got for the baby that my mom had. My mom went with me to my doctor's appointment, so she bought them this morning. I have my garage door opener. This thing, I don't really know what this is. Sorry for the lighting changes. I think this is for the garage door, but I don't know how to set it up. OnStar. This is for sunglasses. I have wanted a car like this for so long. So I have my Ray-Bans in there. Over there is just, you know, standard. Same thing on this side. And then the back seat is super, super roomy. And then the actual trunk is super roomy too. The main reason why I wanted this car was because I'm obsessed with this like stitching, like the AT4 stitching. I love it so much. I'm like obsessed with it. Okay, you guys, I have to go because I'm sweating. It's so hot in here, but that is my new car. I'm planning on having this car now forever. I'm not planning on getting another car. Oh, also it's push to start. I didn't show that, but it's push to start. So yeah, that is my new car, new to me car. I'm obsessed with it. The heated steering wheel is like chef's kiss. I will never buy a car again that doesn't have heated seats. I think I said that, like that was one of the requirements for getting the, like when I was getting rid of the Hyundai. I have to have heated seats because it's such a necessity in the winter. Especially now, being pregnant, my back, I've told you guys how my sciatic nerve and the baby are like, so my back always hurts and I just need like a little heat. But yeah, that is my new car. I'm quite literally obsessed with it. Pretty soon you guys are going to see a car seat in the back and I can't wait. But thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Good night, good night, good night, good night.